Hi everybody, welcome back to Brelsford Family Homestead. I'm Darcy. We are in the garden today. Joe and I and one of my daughters are going to harvest onions and potatoes, and we're going to take a look at how some other things are doing. So we're really excited to see what we got. With potatoes, you have no idea until you start digging, so let's get going. What we're going to try to do is gently dump over those mineral buckets onto these feed sacks so we can get the dirt back in when we're done. But we'll be able to see how many potatoes we have. This is what we're going to put the potatoes in for transport, maybe even for curing. We'll see what we get. So he's going to put that down for my daughter, and Joe's going to try and dump out this tote here, or not tote, mineral bucket. And this, I believe, is all Yukon Gold. Well, one rolled already.
You want me to flip it?
Sure. All right. Okay. There's one potato. And we'll see what we got. Look at the size of that worm. That's huge. Oh.
Alright, they're gonna do it. Oh, nice one.
Nice. I don't remember how many potatoes I planted in here. I'm gonna guess about 5 or so. And at the time I didn't have a lot of like fertilizer and stuff, so it was just kind of, let's see what we get. There she goes. She's saving the worms though. That's my girl. You can leave some of them in there though, because we're gonna put it back in the bucket. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a big one.
I love harvesting potatoes. You just don't know what you're gonna get. So everyone's a surprise and a blessing. Got all the potatoes. Joe's gonna try to. Oops. I've never grown potatoes in the ground, only in buckets like this. And for me, it's so easy instead of having to dig. I really enjoy doing it like this. All right, next. Well, I started to just pull the plants off of this one before dumping it, and all of these already came out, but I wanted to show you what came from the bucket. This is what we got from one bucket. It's not a lot, but it's something. Whoa. Almost all the potatoes I planted are Yukon Golds. There are some reds. Look at that big old juicy worm. I wanted to show you this one. I'm not going to harvest this because there is so much green. But this has red potatoes in it, and I've harvested some. They've become unearthed. But I had a frog living in here too. I don't know if it's still there or not. Be cool. A bunch jumped out of this one. I was saying I wasn't going to show you us harvesting all of them. But then these started pouring out. All right, the last bucket. Oh, okay. Yeah, there was one that I planted both in, so I guess it was this one.
Let's just do it this way. It's easier.
The last bucket didn't seem to have that many in it. And of course, I didn't film it, but I'm still happy with what we're getting here. We're almost done. This will be 4 buckets. And these are mineral tubs from cattle that I get from a friend.
Make sure you should do that bottom, which already fallen out there. I think just later like right.
That's how many we got. That's a nice little haul. This is a pretty big collapsible produce tote, so I'm really happy with that. This is my onion bed, and unfortunately I did not get any footage of most of the harvest I did on this side. A lot of them were already like dried up like this, so I really needed to harvest them so they wouldn't rot. And interestingly enough, those were mostly on this side, and this is the side where I trimmed the greens from the onions. A few weeks ago I did a video, I'll pop it up here, where I was trying to see like would it make any difference in the size of the onion, and we'll have to see about the size, but they definitely died off faster, so maybe we won't be doing that. Now you'll see that a lot of them have flopped over, and I don't think it's just because it's time. When I planted this, I had squirrels getting into it, so I had to put fencing on it to keep them out. It was knocking them over. I was setting them back up. And then also I did not mulch right away, which I usually do, and it just was packed full of weeds. There was just, well, clover and grass from the compost that I used. And so I weeded it as much as I can, but I know that that also affected this, because when you see in here, there is still a lot of clover and grass. But still, we're getting a harvest, so let's pull a few more and see what we get. You can see here a pile that I harvested already. I have a few on the curing rack already, and we'll put these ones there. And then we have more to harvest here. We're not going to harvest all of them because some of them are still looking good and straight up, and they're really large too. So let me get you a closer look. So I'll leave that one because it's straight up. This one too, and it looks nice and big. And there's a big one over there somewhere, I believe. But see this one, that's died all the way back. We need to get that out of there before that rots. So we're gonna pull a few of these. I did want to mention, when I planted these, I dug a trench and put a bunch of blood meal and I believe bone meal, and then planted the onions on either side, because I had watched a reel or something about that you got the biggest onions ever, and I think that it did really good. But they would have done better if I hadn't battled the squirrels and them falling over and things like that. But we're definitely getting a good harvest. Okay, my daughter wants to pull some of these out, so the one there with that's all dried up, you want to take that one out? Let's look at it. Does it have any rotten spots on it? Any bugs? Nope. Awesome. Hold that in the palm of your hand. That's a good size onion. That should be a Walla Walla, I believe. Some of these are Patterson. So I'm gonna pull a few more and show you what we get. Show you this one. Unfortunately, this one's a loss. You can see the bug hole there. It's soft. It's rotten. So that one's a goner. I'm not sure this pile does it justice of what all is there, but we are going to put them on the curing rack. I get a little shot of my helper and his sweat. But this whole tote, that's lots of onions. Really excited about that. Especially for the man who didn't eat onions when we got married. Hopefully it's not too dark to show up in here. But here the onions are on the old quail cage. I'll leave them here for a few days. I'm gonna go down and feed the pigs, and I might need to water my garden back there, so I thought I'd bring you along for that too. And on the way down here, did I ever tell you that Joe and I took a mushroom class and we inoculated some logs? It was really cool. I might throw in some pictures here.
She is currently inoculating a log that drilled holes. Just putting the spore spawn, is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think
spore spawn in each hole, using a little pusher tool. They packed it. The shiitake, mushrooms. You drill holes like 3 inches apart and kind of like a diamond pattern, the best possible.
I don't think I did it too great of
I didn't do it
diamond
either.
pattern.
Mine was all over the place too. Just drilling each one.
And I'll show you where we have the logs at right now. It's going to be a long time before they fruit, but I'm really excited and I do want to try others, but we've got 2 logs right now. There's our 2 logs. You can see all of the places, all the plugs. No fruit yet, and not for a long time still. Is there a spider in my hair? This time of year, I should be batting things on my way down here. I'm always walking through cobwebs. I'm looking to see, maybe we'll see some turkeys, not ours. Some deer, maybe not. We'll see. I was thinking I was hearing something, and it's my hose over there connection to the PEX spraying everywhere. Guess we're gonna have to fix that. Oh, there's the piggies, here's the garden. I'll give you a closer look when I get over there. I just made all kinds of racket, and those little bunnies didn't move. Hey, little bunnies. Gonna go over and feed the pigs. I have a little bit of goat's milk and the grain. I'll put a little bit of water. So they get whey and goat's milk pretty often. As you can see, they're getting fat. I'll show you close up too. These ladies are almost due for a move, but it kind of almost seems like they should be moved now. They're avoiding the other side a little bit, so maybe there's some vegetation there that they want to stay away from, but I better feed them. What? You hungry? I need to get your ball, but here, have some of this first. Well, that didn't work, did it? Can I have your ball, please? There's no real extras, just some goat's milk today. We feed them twice a day, morning and night. This is evening, and I think I'll water them a little bit. Guys like a little spray down? Woo-hoo! What that little wallow they have over there too. Let's spray. You got food on your face. Let me spray it off. If this was sunny, hot time of day, they would be like flipping and all over the place. They love it. It is hot though. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can tell. All right, let's go check out the garden. One more shot of those pigs. Hello, girls. One, two, three, four. These 5 here are summer squash. I think I only brought 4 cages, but one of them's still real small. But if you haven't seen in other videos, I grow my summer squash, zucchinis and stuff in a tomato cage. It works so great. It grows up. You can cut the leaves for ventilation, and I just really like it. Usually they're in barrels in the ground this year. That's 2. Good, I have enough. Now I typically have like a electric step-in post or something that I'll put in here just to help anchor it more and give it more strength. I will do that later because I didn't bring any with me, and they'll be okay for now. I will have to lift up these leaves to go on the inside as they grow, but they're okay for now. I don't have a lot of different things back here, but I do have a lot of stuff. We needed extra space, so if you haven't been here with me for a while, welcome. This is my first in-ground garden here. This is in our back pasture. Pigs are right there. I needed and wanted more space. I could not grow as many tomatoes as I wanted in my raised bed garden area by the house. So these are all sauce tomatoes, so let's hope we get lots of sauce. Let me show you what I'm growing back here. Okay, that one was late to germinate. That is some type of squash. I don't remember, maybe crookneck. These are Black Beauty and Golden Delight zucchini. There is nothing there, but there will be very soon. There'll be a whole lot more holes, and that will be Blue Lake bush beans. These here are watermelon. Guys, I'm gonna have so much watermelon because I'm growing them by the house too. But some of these turned out to be a larger variety than I could grow on a trellis. So I think there's Sugar Baby possibly back here, but the rest are Crimson Sweet. And then that is not a watermelon. That one is a cantaloupe. These are Honey Rock cantaloupe. And then I think this is where the pumpkins start. That should be Lady Godiva. That was supposed to be Lady Godiva. This is Sugar Pie, and this is Baby Boo. These here are all of my paste tomatoes. I believe that there's 37, something like that. I may need to recount. I did plant late, had all kinds of things going on this year. None of my gardens look the way that I wanted to, but they are producing, and I'm just rolling with it. I am growing something. So these are, over here are all San Marzano, and over here are some more San Marzano and also Amish paste. I have a couple marigolds as well too. These are hog panels. Usually I use cattle panel, but this is what we had. They were already back here too from training the pigs. So that's what we're using. I am pruning to a single leader and taking off all of the suckers for now, but I usually give up after a while once they get so big. But I'll show you a couple of them close up. You can see here some fruit on that San Marzano. They're all really looking good. I have been so surprised at how well these have done back here. You know, they took it pretty hard at first when I planted them. I put a cracked egg in the hole and some rabbit manure, and they have just done so well. But you can see some are a lot taller than others. And if that's not Amish paste, then that one is mislabeled. That's okay, it'll eat. Nice and green, lots of flowers. I'm so happy with the way this in-ground garden is turning out. This field was a hot mess a few years ago, and we've just been working on it to turn it into good pasture. And then we went and tilled this big spot for a garden. I did not add compost or anything. We just cut the grass low and tilled it up. I'll put some pictures up here of that. Dug a hole, dropped an egg and cracked it, and put some rabbit manure. And these are doing fabulous. We have had excessive heat, so I wasn't sure how well the fruit would set right now, but there is fruit setting, there is flowers, and it is cooling off more. It was like 50 degrees this morning, super weird. But it is doing so good, and I'm hopeful for sauce. Last year I lost all of my tomatoes to early blight because of so much spring rain. So we'll have lots of melons, I'm sure I'll be sharing with friends. and I'm looking forward to the beans in here. This plastic has, it's not just plastic, it is from growersolutions.com, not sponsored. It's the DeWitt landscape fabric, and it has helped so much. One, so I'm not having to do a lot of bending to do things and weeding and all of that. And it has kept the water in so well. We had 2 weeks of excessive heat, and I was not watering every day, and so many people were. I wasn't even watering every other day. It did fabulous holding in the moisture. So highly recommend it. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this part of my garden and some of the harvesting up. Maybe I'll show you more of my raised bed garden another time. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends. And also, when you see this, we're just about time to celebrate. If you are an American, happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July. I hope you have a safe and happy one. Until next time, guys, God bless.